Are you a recruitment agency struggling to keep up with CV or resume submissions? Then this automation is insane and it is going to change the way you work. Check out this cool automation. Talents or candidates are requested to fill this simple form where they can input their name, email, attach their resume and profile pic. Once submitted, the AI machine will screen this resume to extract certificates, education, and work experience. And this extracted information will go to a simple CRM that you have. It can be Salesforce, HubSpot, or anyone that you prefer. Here, as you can see, we have used monday.com where the talent is an item and all this information will go to sub items. Is it really interesting? Then check out in detail. Hi, I'm Jahar from MScore Automation Solutions. If you are a tech enthusiast or who is passionate about latest AI trends and wish to see a lot of videos on these AI, please follow and subscribe to our channel. Today, as explained, we are going in detail how to extract this resume data or CV data to our CRM. Before we begin, we need to accomplish three prerequisites. So firstly, we need a form to collect the candidate details. Say we have to collect their name, email and profile information. So here you can use forms like jot form, or if you have Airtable you can use Airtable form, and in our case we have gone with Monday forms. You can see our Monday form here. So this is the form where talent submission is taken with all this information. And the second prerequisite is to make the automation workflow created, we need a platform, and we use the platform known as Make. Make, as you know, it's a powerful platform which can connect with 1000 plus applications. Guys, if you are new to Make, don't worry. We are providing a free sign up link with pro plan of 10k operations in our comment and in description. The third prerequisite before we begin is to make our CRM ready. If you are using Airtable, you need to make your base and the table ready with all the fields, say for storing the work history, experience, certificate, similarly the graduation year, etc. Or if you are using the Salesforce or HubSpot CRMs, you need to create entities like talent, work history, then certificate, etc. And all the columns should be created with some data validation. In our case, we have chosen a Monday board. We have developed this Monday board in just 30 minutes and it is named as Talent Hunt Resume Evaluation. Here you can see three groups: talents, then matched, and similarly rejected. So each item in this group is a talent represented by columns: first name, last name, talent information, and email, resume, profile, pictures, etc. And each of this talent or the item is attached to a sub item to denote their work experience, certificate, and educations. And this is represented using a status column. Yeah, so let's go to the Make workflow. Guys, this is the game changing scenario that is going to accomplish our objective. As mentioned in previous videos, every scenario in Make starts with a trigger module. In our case, when the candidate or talent submits the Monday form, it creates an item that is a talent in our Monday board. So the item creation is the trigger here. So we need to start watching for item creation. So here you can see in Monday module, we can search for watch board items. Here you can see watch boards item triggers when a boards item is created. So we can use this module. So here watch board item is already connected. It's an instant trigger module. Whenever an item is created, it's going to trigger. So you can see the configuration where you need to just add the connection and the webhook by clicking on the add button, and then you are good to go. So here once watch form submission is connected, the next step is to get more details about that item. So to get those details, we need to use the module get an item. So you can find get an item here. Yeah, so you can find get an item. So just connect the get an item module, and here you need to just pass the pulse ID. So pulse ID is same as item ID. You can see the variable from the previous module and just map the pulse ID. Again, this is not a complex scenario. If you are struggling, don't worry. I have included the blueprint as well in the description. But follow this video properly so that you can connect them easily. So here, as mentioned, just connect the Pulse ID and you are ready to get all the informations about that particular item. So just let us unlink until here, yeah, and let us test the form. So this is the form. So here I am putting the name Mohammed Jahar and the email, and I'm attaching a resume, and here I'm selecting the profile pic, yeah, and let me submit it. So let's see, let me click the run once button because it is not live. So here you can see it has triggered, giving all the information about the trigger details, that is you can see the column values, and it has mentioned create pulse, that is item is created, and get an item give the information about the entire item like board details, mappable column values, like here you can see Jahar, the email information, then the resume, the attached resume, and the profile pic. Now let us execute the main action. So let us go and download the resume and submit to a cool app known as Doc Crafter, and then put it into a AI machine to get us all these details. So to download the resume, you can see here in Monday module, you can search download, you can find download a module. So here download a file by the asset ID is the description. So let's connect here, and then here we need to map the asset ID. So you can find the asset ID by searching asset. Yeah, you can see here asset ID. So it is from the second module get an item. So each image or file uploaded in Monday as an ID associated with it known as asset ID. So just map the asset ID and then press OK. And now here you can see the Doc Crafter app. This is a cool app where you can execute lot of document related activities, mainly related to PDF, like merging of PDF, extracting PDF data with images and without images, etc. And that too at the rate of $9.99 per month. Yeah. So in order to find this module, just search Doc Crafter. You can search here Doc Crafter, and then just select the Doc Crafter. Here you can see extract, just type extract test from PDF. Yeah, so once that is ready, you can add the connection, you can get the online help to know more details. And here selecting the input type as data, just map the downloaded resume from the Monday module, that is the previous module. Yeah, so then we have the main AI engine ready. So it's known as create a completion from OpenAI. So you can find here in OpenAI create a completion. So just select this module, and this has been explained in our previous modules like extract PDF related to invoice, medical prescription, etc. So here you can select the chat completion and GPT-4o as explained, and then we have to feed a system related prompt in the message content. You can see a detailed prompt here. Please extract the following details from attached CV and provide the information like general information, then certification, additional information. So all this will be included in the blueprint. Yeah, and there we give an expected JSON structure because we need to map it in our CRM. So in any CRM you connect, to map it properly, we need the output of OpenAI to be a JSON structure. So here you can see the JSON starting with general information, work experience, education, certification, and additional information. Yeah, and in user section of the role, you can provide CV information with the data extracted from the previous module. Remember, as I mentioned in Doc Crafter, we have provided our resume. So it will extract the test content and we are providing the data here. So you can map the Doc Crafter output here by just searching test. Yeah, and you can just map it. So that is also mapped already, and in maths tokens you can provide 0. So once this is ready, you have to connect the JSON module, parse JSON. So it's simple. In parse JSON you need to map the result variable that is outputted from the OpenAI. So cool guys, I'm just going to run this again until this so that you can see the magic. So let me put it to run. Let us go to the form and let me input my name then email, and then let's attach the resume and the profile pic, and let's submit, and we are good to run. See here, so it has gone through all the three modules, and a doc crafter is in action, so it has extracted the test content. See here, and then the OpenAI is in action. So believe me guys, again we have invested a lot of time on this prompt to get the best result, and definitely this will be a great help for all the recruitment companies. Yeah, so it is an analysis. Let's wait for the completion. Yes, it has run, and we have the result outputted in par JSON module. So you can see here general information. Let me zoom in. General information, work experience, education. So work experience is segregated, yeah, and then education, yeah, and the certificates. You can see all the certificates as well. Cool, right? I think you are excited. Let's go to the remaining portion. So here I'm just adding a Slack notification so that whenever any new candidate has come submitting the form, our HR team gets a notification. So you can just use the Slack module, create a message, so that you can find here, create a message, and just create a channel. So I have created a public channel, a new talent submission, and just mapped all the field that comes from parse JSON, like the salutation, first name, last name. So you can provide whatever the information you prefer from the previous module. Yeah, so that is on Slack notification. Then here we have three items, right? So we have the talent, and talent has work experience, education, and certificate. So the talent, as already mentioned, it's an item, and we are going to create sub items for each category. So here you can see in the par JSON, the work experience comes in the form of an array, because there are a lot of experience going to come from the resume. Similarly, education is an array, certificate is an array. So here, using router is to route to different routes. You can connect a iterator. So connect the router from flow control, and so you can see the router here, and then use an iterator. So iterator will open the array. So here in work experience, you can map from the par JSON the work experience, yeah, and then you can create sub item. So as I mentioned, there is item. Now we need to create a sub item. So you can find that module here, create a sub item. So just use this module. Here we need to select the board ID and the item ID of the parent item that comes from the first module. So either you can map the pulse ID or item ID from the second module, both are same. And then we need to input the column IDs. So for each column in Monday has an ID. So you can see we have like date, start date, end date, then company name, status column, and label like work experience. To find column IDs, don't worry, I'm going to explain you. If you go to Monday, just click on the column three dots. So once you click on three dots, you can find. So if you go to sub item, when you click on the three dots of start date, you can see date 0, and similarly end date, you can see date underscore underscore 1. So just input these names, yeah, and you need to just map those date that has come from the iterator. So OpenAI extracted details, iterator opened the array, and we have the dates here. So just map here these dates, and the label is important, that is the work experience. Now this is an extra error handling as a precaution if some of the data is empty, and the module can get in error. So we have added an error handler. You can see we can put some error details, like error occurred on so and so scenario, this is the error detail, etc. So that is not necessary, but it is always good to have error handling in all the scenarios you build. So to do that, just click add, right click the module, select add error handler, and select Slack module. Yeah, so you can see create a message, and this is how you create error handler. And the difference is error handler routes have hollow bubbles, and the other ones are solid bubbles, filled bubbles. Yeah, I just refresh the scenario. So we have error handler back, and now we have education and certificate. So there also just connect an iterator. As I mentioned, select an iterator, just connect it. Yeah. So keep connecting for education. Map from the parse JSON module, the education, because that is also an array. And then we need to create education details. So for education, what are the details we need to map, like start date, end date, and label education. That is a status column, right? We need to inform it's an education type. Yeah. And then the education facility name, suppose we have the facility name, we have to map that particular column ID and map the facility name. So you can see all these details from the iterator output, like qualification, specialization, facility name, year graduated. And similarly for certification, map the certification array from the parse JSON module, and then go for create sub item module, where you inform where you map the certificate name as a sub item name, and then start date, end date, all those information you will be mapping. Cool, right? So now let us run this entire route and let's get shocked. Yeah. So let me go to the form, let me refresh it, and I'm going to submit my name, email, and the resume, and let's upload the profile, and let's click submit. So we are all set to go. Let's see. Doc Crafter is in action. Now OpenAI is in action. Fingers crossed. Yeah, let's see the result. Hopefully no error. So we are in the process of adding the work experience. Now education, and now the certificate. Cool, guys, the scenario is completed. Let's see here. Okay, so all these are from our previous runs. So now we have Mohammed Jahar, and my first name, last name, email, resume, profile pic, my experience, work experience as an automation engineer for the first three category with different company names. Start date and end date is also mentioned here. Then comes the education, the end date, education facility name, then our certificate. You can see certificate is mentioned like Python data science toolbots, then other tools providers, right? So you can just validate by opening the resume. So this is our resume. So here you can see work experience is there are three work experience, there are three certificate. Yeah. And yeah, let me go to the page, another page. All these are on projects. We have school details, school and college. So the entire exact same information is scrapped by OpenAI machine and input in our CRM. Are you excited? We are on a mission to build an automated world. Join us in implementing AI and no-code automation across businesses. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe for more exciting content. Thanks for watching, and let's create an automated future together.